are with using WhatsApp and Facebook, right? And from what you had shared, it seems that most of you are quite comfortable using WhatsApp and the messaging feature of WhatsApp. So what we're going to do today, we're not going to go through that because you ladies already know how to do that. So we'll focus on the points that you had shared that you want to get a little bit more information on or probably learn how to do or get comfortable doing. So let me jump right into this one now. As you know, WhatsApp is an application for communication. Okay, so we use it for messages. Let me just proceed here. We use it for text messages. We use it for sending pictures. We also use it to send audio messages or video messages as well. And last but not least, we make phone calls. All right. So these are some of the main features that offers users with each other. Okay. So we are able to send messages. We are able to send pictures. So what we're going to look at right now, the first part of the process is how do we send, well, won't be voice messages, my bad. We will look at group chats. Okay, so we know how to send chats from one person to the other, but how about group chats? Okay, so these are what we call WhatsApp groups. How do we create these? So with group chats in WhatsApp, you can send messages with more than 200 people at once. Okay, so that's as big as it could get. More than 200 people at once. And this is to encourage communication and interaction, of course, with a group of friends, with your family. And if you have any special or specific groups that you are a part of, like your church group, or you have any support group, you have any book clubs, right? So any of these special groups, you can create these group chats for. It's kind of like a little room where you meet with your friends, your family, and you have that communication, whether it's through chats, but it's through voice messages, pictures, but it encourages communication. Okay. So how do we create a group chat? How do we go ahead and create a group chat? So what I did, I tried to be as creative as possible to help you ladies understand the process, because as I had mentioned, we're looking at the use of the WhatsApp app on your mobile phone. So it's using your smartphone, your Android phone. So it will be your smartphone, right? So it is a little bit difficult for me to share my phone screen. So what I did, I found some videos that are quite helpful in us understanding the mobile process. Okay, so I hope these will be as clear as I would want them to be so that it can help us understand the process. Okay. So how to create a group? Remember, first of all, we need to have already, we need to already be in the application, right? So we just tap on the application and we open WhatsApp. So we all know how to do that, right? Mm-hmm. And again, if you have an Android phone or an Apple phone, remember yesterday we were discussing the difference between an Android, an Apple phone, and a Windows phone. And I was saying that their brains act differently, not that much different, but they are quite, there are some notable differences. Right? So most of what I will be displaying today the processes are relevant for an Android phone, okay? Because I realize that most of the participants here are Android phone users. Okay? Nonetheless, if you are an iPhone user or if you have an Apple phone, the steps are similar. It's just what you will see would be different, okay? But the process would be similar. Okay, so as I mentioned, we go to WhatsApp, we open our WhatsApp application, and the normal view would be, you will see a list of your chats, correct? You will see your most recent chats, to whoever you sent a message last. And then you have different tabs. I'm not sure if you can see. How do I do this? So you'd have different tabs, one that says chats, the other would be status, and then calls, right? So that's what we call tabs. And that allows us to navigate through the app with ease. So we just go tapping to the different tabs, and these would be like categories of information that WhatsApp has, right? Okay, but the default will always be chats. Let me start playing this video and show you a little bit the steps on how to go ahead and create WhatsApp groups. Remember, we're doing WhatsApp groups, okay? Let's see if I can. Okay, so remember the 3 tabs: chats, status, and calls. Okay, so to create a new group, we need to select these 3 dots at the top on the left-hand side. Sorry, top right-hand side. I'm confusing my directions. Top right-hand side, you will see those 3 dots. Tap on those 3 dots.
Okay.
So once you select those 3 dots, you will get a list of menu items, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me just ensure that it's done here. To show the menu items. Okay, there they are. So this is what you're seeing, or this is what you're seeing, correct?
Yes.
Standard message and setting.
Settings, right? So what we want to look at is, or select would be new group. Okay, so we want to create a new group, right? So we tap on new group. Tap new group. And let's see what happens here. So once you tap new group, you should see a list of your contacts. You're seeing a list of your contacts?
Yes.
Okay. So you will see different names in there. Now what it's asking you to do is to add people to your group, right? So you want to create a group. Who will you be adding to that group? Who will be participants in this group? So you go ahead and select the people you want in your group, okay? So you'll have to scroll up or down to find that person. Okay. So it's important to note that that individual has to be a part of your contact list. Right? They need to be a part of your contact list for you to add them to the group. So to select the people or the participants, you just go and you just tap on the different names. Right? So you go selecting them one by one. And as you go selecting them, you'll notice at the top, their names are added
Mm.
to the group. So let me just take this back again. Okay. You don't need to know everybody, or you do not need to add all the people of your group at this time when you are just creating your group, right? Maybe you could add 1 or 2 people, and then afterwards you can continue adding people to the group, right? So you don't have to be worried too much about knowing who all you're going to put. If you have an idea, that's good. If not, you can always add people later on. Okay.
Mhm.
So once you select the people that you want to add to your group, you will notice this green arrow at the lower bottom of your screen,
Mhm.
right? So that green arrow, you will select that arrow when you are ready to continue with your creation of the group.
Oh, okay.
So just to recap the process again, we need to select the option to create a new group, right? Once we select that, it prompts us to select the people who will be part of the group. And then once we have selected the people, we then now proceed to naming the group, right? How will we name that group chat?
Mhm.
So let me take you back here and show you how to do that. And over here. So once you press the green button, remember that that's the green button there. You select the names and you press the green button, and then it prompts you to enter your group name.
Mhm.
There where it says type the group name there. So if you just take a look here at the screen, the group name for that group is Football Friends. Right? So you can be as creative as you want. You can always be as creative as you want when you are naming your group. Right? So it says type group subject here. You go ahead and you enter the group name. And once you do that, you have then created your group.
Okay.
My screen keeps going back to the video to just, let me play it here again. So once you have labeled your group, you will notice another green check mark, correct? Once you are done labeling your group or giving it a creative name, you tap on the green check mark, and that is going to finalize your creation of a new WhatsApp group. Okay. And what it does, it sends you to your new group chat. So if you tap on it, it sends you to the new group chat where you can start having your conversation or you can start communicating with your group. So that's an example of how you go ahead and create a group. Okay, so this is, you proceed with sending your messages, and you'll notice that the chat window is the same as a regular chat window with an individual, right? So this is, except this is with a group, and more than one people are communicating at the same time. Any question regarding the creation of a group, of our WhatsApp group, ladies? Are we okay with the creation of a WhatsApp group?
Have a look.
Okay. what I want to bring to your attention here is while we will be working with different applications, you will notice that there will be many times within the application that you will see these three dots. Right? This is what we call when you see these three dots, it's more than likely it means more actions or more items or more menu options, right? So if you see these three dots, go ahead and press it and you will see what other options it provides to you. In this case, it gave us the option to create a new group, right? But those three dots simply means that there are other things, other actions, other buttons that you can see, or different actions that you can do there. Okay, so we have created a WhatsApp group. And now, let me come back here to this PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So once we have created our WhatsApp group, we want to look at how do we make a group call. So a group call is kind of like a Zoom meeting, except via WhatsApp, right? However, a group meeting is not the same as a Zoom meeting in that with the Zoom, you have the ability to share your screen, you have the ability to see, to do video calls and chats at the same time, right? That is the only thing with WhatsApp group calls. Now, another thing with the WhatsApp group calls, we saw your message, Miss Corrine. That's okay. We're glad that you're here. Miss Corrine had sent a chat message. Okay, so as I was saying, ladies, with the WhatsApp group call, we're only allowed to have 8 people on the call. Right? So with Zoom, remember, we could have had 200 plus people invited in a meeting at the same time. With WhatsApp, unfortunately, we can only have 8 people on that call. So it would be us and 7 other people, okay? But what if our WhatsApp group is bigger than 8 people? What if our WhatsApp group has 20 people in there and I want to make a group call, right? First of all, if you want to talk with the 20 people, WhatsApp probably is not the best option to do a group call, right? There's always Zoom and there is always Facebook video calls as well, right? So it's important to note what all you can do with WhatsApp, Facebook, and Zoom. These 3 applications are quite similar because they are communication apps, but they all have their limitations, right? They all have their special features and their limitations at the same time. So considering that we are only allowed to add 7 people to our WhatsApp group, because remember, if you are making the call, you are the 8th person. How do we make a group call? And that will be the next instruction video that I have here for you. Okay. Making a group call. So what are you looking at here? What you're looking at here is of course, the default view of whenever you open your WhatsApp application, right? It has your chats and you have a view of your entire chat history. Okay. So first of all, we want to know, we want to know which group we're going to make that call from, right? Is it the new group that we created? Is it a family group? We need to know which group. And once we know which group it is, we go ahead and search for that group in the chat. So in this example, the first chat window here, the first chat box here is for a group. And the group name is DUHS 83. This is a university that organizing to call it a reunion. Okay, so they created that group and now they want to create a group call. So they select this chat box to open up the messages or the message, the chat history. Let me fast forward a little bit here. Okay, so they open the chat history, or you open the chat history, and at the top right-hand corner, you will notice the phone icon. This is the phone call icon, right? On the top right-hand corner, you will see this call icon. And that is what we want to select. We select that call icon. Right? So again, we open the chat history and look for the call icon. So once you select the call icon, you look for the call button. You select that. Once you select that, you will see a list now of the members within that group. Okay, this is no longer your entire contact list. This is only the persons that you had included within your group, right? So what you do here is you, as it says here, it says select the contacts you want to call. So who is it you want to call? You can only select 7 people for the group call, right? So it's 7, and with you, that makes it 8. Okay, so remember, it's a limit of 8 people for WhatsApp group calls. Okay, so we go ahead and select the contacts the same way we went selecting the people that will be part of our group. It's the same process, the same method, right? So you go ahead and proceed, fast forward it up here. So you select them one by one, right? So once you have selected those contacts, again, you will see them lined up at the top here. So these are the people you have selected to join your group call. You see these little icons here? Okay, so this means these icons represent the people you have selected to join the group call, okay? And then to the right-hand side of the screen, you will see the video call icon or the voice call icon. Right, so you will see 2 icons. This is where you select, okay, what kind of group call are we making? Is it a video call or is it a voice call? Right? So based on what it is that you want to do with this group call, you select the respective button.
Okay.
Okay, so in this case, we will select a video call. So once you select the video call button, the call starts then, right? So what that does is that it rings the other people that you selected. And if they answer the call, then they will be a part of that group call or that conversation. Okay. So that is basically how we make a group call from a WhatsApp group. How many of you have a WhatsApp group for probably a family or friends or a special group that you're a part of? Are you a part of a WhatsApp group somehow?
I only have one, which is senior steps.
Okay, so you're part of a group already. That's nice.
I have it on Messenger.
So you have a Facebook group.
Family on Messenger. Family group.
Okay, great. The concept is the same, right? So you can use WhatsApp and Facebook for the same purpose, right? Again, like I mentioned, the difference would be on their limitations, on their features. But if you have a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group, the concept is the same.
Mhm.
Communication with more than one person.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Patsy.
So to make a group call, you first have to create the group?
No,
No?
this is making a phone call from a WhatsApp group, right? But if
Yes.
you want to say, for example,
Say two people.
two people that are not part of a group, right?
Right.
You can make a group call that way. And right now, let me try to see if I can see it here on my phone, or if I can show you how. So what I will walk you through the process because I don't have the video for it here.
Okay.
But basically what you do is you will call one person, right? You say one person, one-to-one phone call,
Right.
right? So let's say, for example, if I call you and you answer, we have you know which window will show, right? It will say that you and I are on a phone call. Okay, so on that same window where the call is happening, you will see that icon that says one thing. I'm just using you as an example. Don't hang up. I just need the screen, okay? Okay, so sorry, I made a WhatsApp call to see if I can show what it that I am showing, right? So let me see if I can. So once you make your call, you'll notice once the person answers, you will have an icon to the right-hand side of your screen, and to add a participant.
Oh.
Right, so if I tap that icon, my contact list appears.
Okay.
And now I can select someone else to join that call.
Oh, okay.
So the process is quite easy, right?
Yes.
But it has that ability. I'll message you later. Yes, so that was an example of how to make a group call without having a group created.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Which icon that you click on to do that in school?
Okay, I will walk through the process again. So to make a phone call or a group call without having a WhatsApp group, right? I will start the one-to-one call with one of the persons, okay?
Okay.
If I want to make a group call with Miss Patsy, with you, Miss Corinne, and myself, I need to call either you or Miss Patsy first, right? So once I make the call and you answer, for example, once you answer on the same call window, you will find the add participant icon. Let me see if I can get a snapshot here of how that icon looks. For the add participant icon, Miss Corinne. Icon here, and I will show you in just a little bit. So this is what the icon will look.
Okay.
This is the icon that you will want to look for to continue adding somebody else to the call. Right?
What is that before?
Yes, it's something that we don't notice because when we are on the phone call with the other person, we're not really looking at the screen, right? As far as I remember,
Yeah.
remember seeing the picture of the person and the name. But there are other icons at the top for group calls. Okay. And you can do that. Let's say, for example, I call Miss Patsy and she answers, and then I click on this or I tap on this icon and I call you and you answer. I can tap on it again to add a fourth person, add a fifth person. I can add up to 7 people to that group call.
Even though this one isn't on WhatsApp?
This is on WhatsApp. It's still on WhatsApp.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
This is still on WhatsApp. Right? We're still on WhatsApp right now. Any questions, ladies, when it comes to group calls? So remember, you can make a group call from a WhatsApp group and also start a group call by adding your participants one by one. Okay, let me take this back here and bring back my PowerPoint presentation to the screen.
So any group is just 8 person.
For a phone call, yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can add up to, okay, you can add up to 100 people to your WhatsApp group,
Oh,
right? Yes. You can add up to 100 people to a WhatsApp group. But when you are ready to make a group call, out of those 100 people, you can only have 8 people at a time.
that means included yourself make the 8.
Yes, that's right. So it would be 7 other people and yourself. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I was saying, if it's something that you want to have more people, probably you can use Zoom. Zoom allows up to 200 plus people to communicate at the same time. So that is like I said, they have limitations. The applications have limitations, right? Okay. So another of the features that WhatsApp provides is that of sending voice messages, right? So it's no longer typing messages or sending chats. Sometimes some of us are not comfortable typing messages. So we have the voice message option, right? And I think it's very, very useful because sometimes you want to hear the person rather than just chat with the person. So how do we send a voice message? How do we go ahead and send a voice message? Well, again, first of all, remember, we need to access the application. We need to have the app open. And we go to the default view, which is your chats view. right? Which is the chat view. So here, for example, right, this would be your default chat view. So we select again, like if we are going to send a regular message, we need to select to whom we will send that message. Okay, so in this example, we will tap on the first chat. You open the chat where you want to send. Okay, so we open the first chat. Let me just what we look for. Okay, so we have opened the chat, right? And if we look all the way to the bottom where we usually type our message, this is where it says type a message, right? This is all the way to the bottom of our chat window. To the right-hand side, you will notice this microphone icon. Okay. So this icon is what will allow us to record our voice message, sorry, and send it as a message to the person. Right? So how do we go ahead and record our voice message? So once we have found the icon, what we do is we tap. Okay, so this is quite important, right? We need to tap and hold. In other words, once we tap, we do not let go of it. Right? So we tap and hold. We record our message. When we're done recording our message, we just let it go. You remove the tap.
Okay.
Right? So once you let it go, that means your recording is done, and then WhatsApp will send your message. So it will be something like this, right? If I will tap the button, the icon, not let go, and then, hello, good morning. I hope you are doing well. I was just passing by to say hi. And then you let go. Your voice message will be sent, right? So let me see if I have a little demo here regarding what we look for now is this. So here you look for the mic on the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, so remember there is on the right-hand side, you want to do record your voice message. So you tap on it. I mean, you tap on it and you do not let it go. Right? You do not release it just yet. Record your voice message. So you tap on it, record your message, and then you let go. Let me just run it back here again. So once you let go, you will notice that your message is now sent, and it will look somewhat like this. Let me see if I can clear this up a little bit. So it will look somewhat like this, right? So once you see this little play icon, this triangle looking icon, that means it's a voice message that you sent, right? And if you want to listen to your voice message, you can always tap on that play button, which is again, this little triangle. That's what we call the play button. Tap on it and you will be able to hear your voice message. Right? And the same thing happens if someone sends you a voice message. You just need to tap on the play button here and you will be able to hear your message. Right?
Okay.
So this, again, like I mentioned, it gives us an opportunity to have that voice communication. You don't really want to, if it's just a quick message that you want to send, or someone is chatting to you and probably don't have the chance to respond via chat, you can quickly just record a message and send. It's just a matter of seconds, right? So again, if you receive a voice message, it will give you the play icon for you to listen to the voice message. Okay. Any questions, ladies, regarding the voice messages? How to send a voice message? Okay. Then if no questions, let's move on to the last feature that I want to share with you on WhatsApp, right? And that would be, if you want to listen to what, let me just skip here. Oh, that would be how to search older messages in WhatsApp, right? How do we search older messages in WhatsApp? Again, it's something that we would use it for if it's a piece of information that we want to retrieve that was sent either a couple days ago or 3 weeks ago or months ago. As long as we still have that chat history, we can go back and retrieve these messages, right? Because you do know you can delete chat history from your WhatsApp, correct? If you don't want to keep the history of that conversation, you can always delete it from WhatsApp. Once you delete it from WhatsApp, there's no way you can bring it back, right? So there's no archiving.
You mean to clear the entire chat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can clear individual chats. You can entire chat histories. You can, if it's something that some people do, they would clean up their chat, their WhatsApp chat history, because sometimes you communicate with people that you don't see for, or you don't communicate for more than a year.
Okay.
Right, but that's very much your choice. It is, you have that ability. So how do we search for older messages in WhatsApp? This one is very, very useful. So again, we need to be within the application. So we go to WhatsApp. So first of all, we need to have access to the application. Let me just get back my, okay. Okay, so there are two things we can do. If we're searching first for a message where we don't know who sent us that message, we can do that search, right? And we can also do a more refined search where we already know who sent us the message, but it is a lot of history, chat history that I have to go through for me to find that specific message, right? So let's look at the first one. How do I search all my WhatsApp chats for a message, right? So again, follow with me. Go to your WhatsApp and ensure that it's on the chats view, that you're viewing your chat history, right? Again, remember you have chat, you have status, and you have calls, right? But we want to be on chats. So we want to see all our chat history. On the top right-hand corner, you will see the magnifying glass icon, right? And next to it, you will have the 3 dots. Remember the 3 dots? That will always give you additional actions or choices that you can do. But for now, we want to select the magnifying glass icon. That is the search button, right? So we click on there and it prompts you to type in what keyword or what it is you're looking for, what message you're looking for. So ideally what you want to do is, if you remember your message was about a birthday greeting or eating cake, for example, you would want to type in that word where it says search, right? Just use words that you remember. It will make it easier for us to search. So type in there something that you want to search through your history. I will type in birthday. So as you go in typing the word that you're trying to search for in the message, you will see all those messages that have that word within it. All right. And at the same time, it will tell you who sent that message at the top. As long as that message had, in my example, as long as a message had birthday in it, it will give me in the results. Right? So I scroll through to see, okay, which one of these birthday messages I want or I was looking for, right? So that is one way of, and let me go back here. If I type in birthday, you'll notice as well that you have some icons at the bottom of where you typed in the search word. I have here photos, videos, GIFs, links, right? So that means it will filter your search. Like if I say for example, if I have birthday here, it will filter my search for any photos that was linked to that birthday message. If I select photos, it will be showing me only photos. Right? If I tap videos, it will be showing me only videos. So these are just what we call filters to help us to search these messages. Right? So it's there for you to use, but if you feel more comfortable just using the word to search, then that is good enough as well, right? But that is how we go ahead and search our entire chat history. That means it will go through all our messages with everybody and find that specific word that we're looking for. Yep. The second one, any questions, ladies, regarding the search option for all of our chat history? It's quite, it's not complex. It's not as complex as one would think, right? It's very easy here. Okay, now let's look at searching for a message when we already know who it came from, right? So in this case, what we want to do is find the chat history with that specific person, and you open the chat history, you open the chat box, right? It could be a chat with an individual, or it could be also a group chat, right? You can do this for both. So once we open the chat, whether it's an individual chat or a group chat, what we want to look for is the three dots, right? Which is the option to select additional menu items. That's all the way on the right hand side.
Phone, Bob.
Right? So once we find those three dots, we tap on it to get additional actions or menu items. So we tap that, the three dots, and we will see search. We will see that one of the options is search.
I didn't find the three dots in the person's chat history.
Then you tap the person's, you have the chat box open, correct?
Yeah.
Where you have the type your message and send your message.
Yeah.
You're not able to see the three dots?
No. At the bottom, I see a microphone, a camera, and something that looks like a page with the end turned up.
At the top.
Not at the bottom. At the top, I have the video camera and the phone icon.
You do not have the 3 dots.
No.
Okay. Miss Corinne, you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, so the iPhone would be a little bit different. Let me see here. What I can get for the iPhone search on WhatsApp, right? Were you able to do the first one, the first search,
Yes.
when we were searching the entire history?
Right.
Okay. Let me see if I can find here the one for iPhone. I'm not quite familiar with the iPhone one. So,
Because several times I find myself looking through the whole chat history to find something.
to find something. I know. Okay, let's see if I go here. So you are at the a chat.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Can you tap on the person's name?
Yes, I did.
Do you get their contact information?
Yes.
Okay. Is there an option there that says chat search?
I don't see any.
If you are at the contact information, what I'm seeing here, it has like media,
Yes.
then start messages,
No. No.
something that says chat search.
Have share contact, export chat, clear chat, block contact. Then I went to contact details and has a chat icon, a video icon, and a phone icon.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not that one. Probably it's a different function. What I suggest, Ms. Corinne, is if you have, sorry, your mentor could guide you through it.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
check with her.
I am pretty sure it has the option to do a chat search.
Oh, yes, I see something that says chat search with a magnifying glass.
Okay, then it's that one.
But when I touched that, it brought me right back to the original chat page.
Does it give you a space
Yes.
here where you can type in the keyword?
It brings,
It should give you a little space there where you can type in something.
yes, I did. Oh, they said not found.
Does it lead you to results or to a set of messages with just that keyword?
Yes, it had a space with the magnifying glass and a space for the keyword, but I typed in photos and it said not found. So apparently I don't have any photos.
Okay. It probably will give you any message that has the word photo in it.
No, it didn't.
Or probably within that chat, whoever you're chatting with, or that chat that you're looking at probably doesn't have any message with the word photo in it.
Pictures in there though, but it didn't bring up. It said not found.
If you type in photo, it will not bring you pictures. It will bring you the word photos. So what it's saying is that you don't have any messages with the word photos in it. Not that you don't have any pictures.
So if I put phone numbers, let me see.
The word phone number.
Just said not found.
The word phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, probably the message doesn't recognize it as the way you entered it. What if you type in just phone or just number?
No. Nothing happened.
It doesn't bring up, or probably can try another keyword. You know you have sent to that chat box, through that chat box to get a response, right?
Address.
But as I was saying, and this is a perfect example, right? So these two different brains operate a little bit differently, but it's there. The feature is available, right?
Okay, I typed in the word address and it brought up some email with that word in it, and all the word address is highlighted in yellow.
Right. So that what that does is it tells you, okay, looking for the word address, all these messages have the word. You choose which one you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, I'm glad you were able to find it because it's iPhones are a little bit different, but the feature is there. Okay. So again, ladies, that is how we go ahead and search messages in WhatsApp. Remember, there are two different methods. The first one is to search our entire chat history, and the second is to search an individual chat history. Right? If we already know whose chat history we want to search. Okay. So those are the four features I wanted to highlight to you as it relates to WhatsApp. Right? And I want, before I proceed to Facebook, any questions you have regarding WhatsApp or one of the features that you are having difficulties with, or anything you want me to provide clarification on before I move away from WhatsApp?
Ms. Delcy,
Yes, Miss Patsy.
how to make a group call?
Mm-hmm.
You said,
Is this from a WhatsApp group or just
just,
from two?
yeah, just
Okay.
random, like say maybe a couple of people.
Okay.
You go into the first person's chat,
Right.
and you make the phone call.
You make the phone call.
So I did that, but I'm not seeing that little
The add
symbol.
participant.
Yes, I'm not seeing that on my phone.
Okay. Remember, the
Add anybody.
has to answer first.
Oh, the person has to answer.
Right. The first person has to answer. Whoever it is you first, right?
I
Once
see.
they answer, yes. Once they answer, then you're, you know, like when we're making a phone call, your view is a little bit different than when they answer, it changes.
Okay.
So when they answer, that icon then appears. The add.
Oh, I get you now. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So they would at least the first person has to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is what starts the call. We need to start the call first.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for clarifying, right? Because it's good when I ensure that we are all on the same page. Okay.
Right.
So that is about it for WhatsApp. You are WhatsApp pros. I think we already are comfortable using WhatsApp, right? So that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. So with Facebook now, proceed here with my Facebook. Okay. So with Facebook now, again, as with WhatsApp, I am pretty sure you ladies are quite familiar with navigating through Facebook, right? This is a very, very, if I can say, busy application. It has a lot of things. Way more busy than WhatsApp, right? So I just want to know if you ladies know some of these terms that are used, that users use on Facebook, right? So you know what is a friend, what is a Facebook friend, correct? We have statuses in Facebook. We have reactions, right? Reactions, those are the likes, the like button, the angry button, the love button, just to name a few. We have our Facebook profile, right? We have our timeline. Our timeline is where we can view our activities. What have we been doing there? If anybody posts on our timeline as well. We have news feed. And of course, we are able to block people from Facebook. So can anyone tell me what's the difference between a timeline and a news feed?
A timeline and what?
News feed.
Oh,
Timeline and the news feed in Facebook. What is the difference between these two concepts or terms?
the timeline is my personal page and the news feed is where everybody's posting appears, all your friends posting.
Right, that is correct. Timeline it's private to you. It's what you have there, specific to your activities, right? So it's what you post, what other friends have posted on your timeline. Whilst the news feed is where you will see everybody's business on the news feed. If someone shares a post, if someone posted a new picture, if someone posted a new post, what's the latest news, you will find out on your news feed. Okay, so that is the difference between timeline and news feed. Okay. So what I want to share with you, because with Facebook it's important, is your privacy settings. Okay. How many of you ladies have dared to navigate farther into Facebook settings, other than just looking at your timeline, posting pictures or updating your status? Have you tried to navigate your settings?
I think I went there once or twice to say who I wanted to be able to see my picture.
Okay, that's good. Yes. So there are so many things when it comes to our Facebook settings, right? Like I mentioned, Facebook allows us to do so many things. And if you might recall, there are some applications like Zoom. When we were looking at Zoom and we didn't have an account, do you recall when it gave us the option to log into Zoom using our Facebook account?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is important because then it is using our identity to be able to create another account. Right? So the same with Gmail, it was asking us if we want to log into Zoom using our Gmail account, right? So the same thing with Facebook. And that it's quite efficient, right? It allows us to create another account without having to go over the process again. They can just go to Facebook and get our information. The downside of that would be that if someone gains access to our Facebook account, that means that they can gain access to every account that we used using our Facebook account, right? So it's important for us to take a look at our privacy settings in Facebook.
Privacy.
Okay. So what specifically are we looking at when it comes to privacy settings? One, there are so many different settings, my beautiful ladies, but what I want to share with you, and what I want you to try to look at in your settings whenever you have time are these important settings, right? So the first one is who can see what you share? Who is able to see what you're sharing? The second one would be managing what personal information you want to share, right? And the last one would be your security settings. Okay. So we're going to look at your security settings. And right now, I want to guide you through the process to access your settings, right? If we go through all of the settings, they are too much and we won't have enough time. But I want to show you how you can go ahead and look at your settings, change them, update them, manage them better. Okay. So first and foremost, we need to be in the Facebook application, right? So if you have your devices or you have access to your Facebook application, we need to be inside the Facebook application, right? And the first thing you will see, of course, is your news feed. That is where you will see everybody's business, if I can say it that way. All right, so this is an example. When you open the application, this is the first thing you see, the news feed. Okay, but to look at our settings, Facebook doesn't have the 3 dots here. It has these 3 lines up here, right? So that button is what we need to tap to get additional menu items or additional action items, right? So once we tap that button, it will lead you to something that looks like this. Right? It will lead you to something that looks like this. So what it does, it basically is giving you other things that you can do on Facebook.
Yep.
What we want to look for is settings and privacy. So we look for that.
Setting and
option.
privacy. Yeah.
And we tap on the downward arrow, the down facing arrow, right? What that does, it expands the options of settings and privacy, correct? So now I'm looking at settings, I'm looking at privacy shortcuts and other setting options here. Okay. The 2 important ones that I want to look at, I want us to look at today are settings and privacy shortcuts.
Okay.
Privacy shortcuts basically gives you a shortcut to all those privacy settings, correct? But for us that are not quite used to changing our settings every so often, I want us to use the first option, which is settings, right? This is going to take us to all those privacy settings and security settings that we need to look at. So we will select settings. And what that does, it takes us to this view. Okay. So in this view is where we have the 3 different types of, or 3 different categories of settings that we want to look at. So the first one would be settings. And if you notice here, account settings is more about your personal information, right? When we are looking at account settings category, most importantly, I want us to look at personal information. What information do we have there? Second category would be security. Okay. So when it comes to security, the two important settings we want to look at is security and login and apps and websites. Okay. And the last one would be privacy. So under privacy, what we want to be looking at are, of course, your privacy settings, which is what, like Ms. Corinne had mentioned, you will determine who can see what you share. And the other one would be blocking. How do you block? Okay. So let us go back to account settings and tap on personal information. I want you to tap on personal information. So let me find my settings here. Once you are there, you will notice that it says personal information and then you have general information listed there, right? If you had created your Facebook account, you will remember that you had entered this information. But if you didn't, this is where you can see what information was provided to Facebook by the person who created your account. Okay, and you can change that information if you want. So under general, you will notice that you have the name, your contact information, and an additional couple of options there, which we will not be looking at the moment. But most importantly is your contact information, right? So when, and a lot of these options on Facebook is just a matter of tapping on these labels and it takes you to another view, to another window, right? So here I want you to tap on contact information. To tap on contact information, this is where it now allows you to see what personal information you have provided. Right, so in this case, it will have if you have a phone number, if you have an email address. So if for some reason you change your email address or you do not want to be using the same email address that was used to create your Facebook account, you can change it here. So, let me see if you guys can see what I have here. My screen sharing, that's not going to work. Okay, I will walk you through it, what I have here, and perhaps you can follow with me from your device if you have it, right? So once I open my contact information, I then get a list of my phone number, my email address. I already think I know what is causing this issue. One second, ladies. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna help. Yeah. Should be helpful now. Are you able to see my screen? I'm trying to show you here what I have under my contact information. So basically, as if you can see here, it has a phone number and 2 email addresses, right? And it has a lot of little different options or choices that you can change here. So once you see your phone number, for example, if I selected my phone number, it sends me to this where I can change my phone number. And right at the bottom here, it asks me who I want to share my phone number with. Facebook is asking me who you want to share your phone number with, right? Once I click on that, it will give me the options who Facebook can share it with. So the first option would be, I can make it public. I can share it with whoever has a Facebook account. I can share it with my friends, right? So I am sharing my phone number just with those people who I have accepted as friends. I just want me to see it, right? So that is the only me option. Or I can share it with just close friends, right? So for close friends, I would need to identify who are those close friends. Okay, so I will select only me because I don't want Facebook to share my phone number with anyone. I will leave it as only me, right? So this is how I go about editing my privacy. The same thing with my email address. I have my email address option here. I tap on it and it sends me to an additional window where I can edit my email address and where I can determine who can see this email address on Facebook. And again, it gives me the same options. Would it be public? Would it be my friends, my Facebook friends? Would it be close friends? Or I want to keep it private to myself, right? So here is where I go about editing that privacy.
I know, excuse me. I
Yes.
know that if you already have something and you want to change it, you have to put in your email address and password and all sorts of things.
If you want to change the setting or the password.
Yeah.
The password?
Anyone, for example, I had an old email address from my job that I retired from 10 years ago. So I wanted to remove it, but then it started asking me for my password and email address and everything before I could remove it.
Yes, it does, because then it needs to verify that whoever is making changes to the account is the owner of the person. I'm sorry, is the owner of the account. So,
Okay.
and this is something that, because of the cybersecurity situations that we've been facing, these applications go about modifying their privacy settings every so often, right? And one of the methods that they have included in verifying ownership is what we call the two-factor authentication, right? And it's for the same reason that you're saying, right? Yes, you have access to your Facebook account because you were able to tap on it and open it, right? It changes, they need to find another way to verify that it is Corinne who is accessing this account, especially if you're making changes to what is password and email address. Those are sensitive information that no one except the owner should be able to make. So they need a second method of verifying who the owner is, right? And the way they have been doing that as of late is, say, for example, you log into Facebook, you are able to open it, and you're trying to make a change to it. They will say, okay, in this information, it says Corinne has the phone number 619 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What they do is they say, okay, I will send a message to Corinne to this number. So not only does she already know the password, but she also has to be able to have the phone, correct? So through that phone, what they do sometimes is they send you a message that says, Corinne, someone's trying to access your account. If it's you, enter this code
Yes.
or click on this link to
That,
verify, right? Or sometimes they would call the phone and verify that immediately. That is what they call a two-factor authentication. So they need to verify a second time that that person is the owner of the account.
right.
So it can be either through the password, or Facebook can ask you for 2 different email addresses.
Mm-hmm.
So that whosoever, say for example, hacks your account, they probably just are going to be able to access your Gmail account. They probably don't have access to your Yahoo account. So they can
Yes.
easily hack your Facebook account. Right? So in the event someone is trying to access your Facebook account, they need to be able to access both your Gmail and your Yahoo.
Okay.
Right, so that is just again what they call multi-factor authentication. They need to find different ways than just a password to confirm that you're the owner.
All right.
Right? Because of the same reason, hackers nowadays are finding it easy to get access to accounts just through the password. Right? So, and these applications need to up their defense in ensuring that your information is safe and secure.
Okay.
Right. So again, ladies, as I mentioned, these settings are quite a lot, but I invite you to go through settings one by one whenever you have time and sit down and see what is there and what you want to change. Right? Like I mentioned, there is no way you can break that application. Go and try it out. The only way you're going to break something is if you drop the phone, you know, if you drop it in water or something like that. But by you playing around those applications, will not break.
Miss Koo, how about if somebody posts something on your timeline that you don't want there? How can you delete it?
It would, okay. There is the possibility of removing the post or removing the people or the person that posted it. Depends what
But
you want.
sometimes I don't even know who posted. My daughter would call and ask, Mommy, who is that on your Facebook? And then when I see the picture, I said, I don't know. I don't know how it got there.
Probably it was the only way that person could have been there is if you accepted them on Facebook,
As
or
a friend.
you have a friend who has that person as a friend and they
Command to
shared or commented or did something on that post. But if it's a post that you want to hide, in this Facebook sees it as hide, right? So I'll take, for example, let me see if I can find a post here. I have a post here that says Ministry of Health. And if I don't like that post, what I need to do is go next to the name of the person who posted it. You will find it 3 dots again, right? Remember, those 3 dots are for additional actions.
How do you know who posted it?
It will have the name here at the top of the post. The bolded would be the name of the person who posted it.
But some people use fake name too. Fake posts.
Yes, they do. But Ms. Des, there's nothing we can do about that. There's no way we would know if they're fake or not. The only thing that as a user, we can have as preventative measures is if you don't know the person, then, or if the person doesn't have a profile picture, or it's a picture that you cannot really identify the person, why would you want to add such a person to your Facebook?
Because sometimes
Fighting someone at home and
what happen, you have one friend too, and that friend I have one next friend. And right there, so sometimes they come on by your thing too.
Sometimes they hack your friend's account and pretend that
Yes.
they're your friend.
Yes.
yes, they again back to the hackers, they are getting smarter by the day. So the only thing that we can do is prepare ourselves to be able to not fall victim to those types of scams, right? Yes, indeed, you are very right. Some of these people take over your friend's account and impersonate them, right?
Yeah.
You would know more or less if your friend is asking you to do something that you're not comfortable doing. You would probably know, okay, you know what, this not sound like Korean, or I
Yeah.
wouldn't do this or that. So reach out to the person and verify before you do anything on that phone.
Yeah.
That is an easy way for those hackers to gain access to your account. They try to target the most vulnerable people, you know, those that probably don't know or don't have that cyber defense knowledge. But yes, so that is one of the things that we need to be able to do, right? To understand more or less, okay, if this person doesn't look familiar, I don't want to add that person. Or if that person is just posting about scams, you could tell when it's a scam. Some of those messages are like, do you want to earn fast money in one day? Give me a call or send me a message or click here. That is good to be, if it's too good to be true, it's probably
True.
I know I got one last week and they're offering me to do something and I would get a check of $500. And I told the person there are no free lunches in life. Then I blocked.
yes. Right. So you already know those are scams, ladies. Nobody will offer. And if they want you to win a $500 check, Facebook will not be the way to reach out to you, right? But yes, those are scams, and those are things that you want to be aware of as well. Okay. So that is
Yes, ma'am.
what we call having a cyber defense. Because now that we are being so much into this digital era, we have access to the internet, we're becoming more exposed as well.
True.
Right? We're becoming more exposed. So there's the upside of it, and there is also the downside of it. Right? So and the bad part is it's digital, so you don't know who's behind the other side.
Yeah.
We can only assume it is a friend or a family member that we know.
True.
Right? So
True.
and this is why I am encouraging you ladies, go to settings, and if you need help, ask for help, right? But just ensure that your account is as protected as possible.
Okay.
Right, so as protected as possible, because we don't want anyone to be able to access our phone. One question, ladies, I'm quite interested in finding out, how many of you have a lock on your phone?
I have a password lock.
A password or a PIN number?
It's a number. It's a number.
I don't know.
So you have a PIN number lock. Okay. Ms. Des, you don't have any lock on your phone?
No, my dear.
Ms. Patsy, you have any lock on your phone? Ms. Lillian?
Yes, I have to enter a PIN number.
You enter a PIN number. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Lillian. I don't have any luck.
You don't have any lock?
No.
I have a fingerprint.
I do not have Facebook, and I don't want to have.
Okay, Miss. You're safer that way, Miss Lillian.
Yeah.
But you do have WhatsApp, right?
That is why I don't have stress.
But don't have WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, only WhatsApp. That's the only thing I have, WhatsApp.
Okay, that's good enough. At least you have that communication still, right? But yes, ladies, one of the first defenses of you and your device is a password lock.
Okay.
Phone is like a safe. When you access your phone, especially if you have these applications, it doesn't have to be you. As long as anyone has access to your phone, they can just tap on Facebook and it opens up, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It's up and they have your information. It doesn't even ask for a password because you
Sorry,
have
can I,
information saved there.
Mr. LC, can you just check your inbox quick? I don't want to interrupt on the session since you're recording.
Okay, sure. Yes, ladies. So that is one of the first defenses that you want to have. Putting a password or a PIN number to your phone, right? These smartphones come with that ability. They all have that feature. So if you don't have one, I encourage you to put a password to it so that would be the first defense for your phone. Nobody else could have access to that. Okay. So any questions regarding privacy again? And why I am touching this on Facebook is because, again, ladies, you use Facebook account, you use your Facebook account to open other accounts, to access other applications, right? So this is why we need to ensure that our Facebook is as safe as possible.
I'm talking about safety. There is also something that you could do to track your phone if it's stolen. I'm not sure how you go about doing that though.
To track your phone if it's stolen.
Yeah.
I think that is the only thing we'll do that the iPhone. That
The
is only that when you lost iPhone, not the way you do
Or your
you could
laptop.
track your
Because I
iPhone.
remember this guy, they had stolen his laptop and he had done whatever it was he was supposed to do. And he was able to find its location and go exactly to the house with the police and have them get it.
Yes, those are one of those advanced features that these, and Ms. Zek, if I can say, there are some Android phones who have that application as well. The application is called Find My Device. Right.
Okay,
So
okay.
what it does, it indeed helps you to locate your phone if it's lost, right?
Even if they take out the
Okay.
chip.
Yes,
Or have it
even if
turned off.
out the chip, right? There is a little setup that has to be done. Of course, it's not just assuming that you need to find it. You have to activate that feature.
Okay.
Right? But it is available. It is available. And again, back to the point that it's important for your phone to have a lock, because say, for example, if you lose your phone and your phone can easily unlock, they can change that setup on the Find My Device setting. They can turn it off. You won't be able to find your phone that way. Right? So it is very important to put a password or a lock or a PIN code to your phone so that if you lose it, they won't easily access your phone.
Okay.
Yes. Ladies, we're a little bit over the time, but if you don't mind, we can continue having these privacy conversations, because as it is for the content that I was supposed to share with you, we have covered the most important points. Right. So
one tip I would like to give my colleagues is that be very wary of somebody sending you a friend request and you were already their friend. Because why would they send me a friend request? We're already friends, so it could be somebody else.
Sometimes they don't block you already.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't block, so they worry how can I reverse it back.
they want to refriend you.
Or it could be somebody who has hacked their account and is trying to contact you and do havoc in your account.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. I think one of the safest things that you can do is if you know the person, you can reach out to the person and say, hey, I noticed that there's another account sending me an invite. Is it you?
Yes.
Or what's going on? Because what happens too is that sometimes people change their accounts. I don't know. People are funny sometimes. They have an account and they change their account because probably they're starting a new phase in their life and they don't want what was there. And they create an account with a different name and they want to make you a friend, right? So there might be genuine cases versus those, risks, risky cases. So
When they do that, they don't have
gotta
to
keep it under-
refriend you, because I had a friend who changed her account, and when I saw the picture, I was saying, but I don't know who this is. And when I went into the account, oh, it's my old friend, but she just changed her name. So they don't have to refriend you.
Right, right. As long as you're part of their friends list, even if they change their names, they should
Yeah.
have to ask.
This part.
Right, yeah. So it's just again, being wise and understanding and observing what's going on with the account. But yes, that does happen. And Facebook is one of those platforms where a lot of those scams happen on a daily basis. Right. And I think there was this other scam that was going on. I'm not sure if you ladies were a part of it, but what was going on is someone was sending WhatsApp messages. Right. So they would hack, say, for example, if they hacked Miss Desi's account and you all have chat history with her, they would send a message saying that it's Desiree requesting for a specific code, right? It would be one of those sympathetic messages where it say, you know what, it's me, it's Des. I need such and such a code. Please send it back to me. And well, you are a good friend and you're like, okay, maybe Des needs my help. Let me send her that code. And you reply to the message. And that's when they gain access to your account. Right? So we need to think, why would Miss Des need this account? And why would she message me? If it's something important, I think she would call me. It wouldn't just be a WhatsApp message.
I got one from Digi the other day, saying that I had requested a change in my username and I was to call this number and I was to contact them. But at the same time, I got a heads up from one of my friends that my house phone wasn't working, the land phone. So I called to get a complaint number. And I also brought up this other message, and they said that it wasn't from them, it was a spam.
Right, right. So they can impersonate companies like that as well, right? They could say it's Digicel, it is Social Security, it is your bank.
I know. They told me not to respond to it, but I had already responded. So I asked them, what was I supposed to do? But they couldn't tell me. So I just deleted the chat history. I don't know if that has helped in any way.
Yes. If you ever get a message or a suspicious message, try not to reply to it, right? Because in your
imagine DJ, they would send one through DJ.
Yeah.
So
another thing, there's no way for us to verify that is what you call a unique or an authentic Digi account or a Digi number, right? Because I can use my cell phone number and put Digi as my name.
Oh.
Not because it says digit, it means it is an actual digit number, or it's coming from the company, or even
Mhm.
a bank. Right, remember, anyone could represent these companies. So
So,
it's also important to note, like Ms. Corino is saying, companies like these will never ask you to make these to take these important steps through a WhatsApp message.
this wasn't a WhatsApp, it was a regular
Email.
message,
Or
telephone.
a regular text message, right?
Yeah.
So they will never do that. As long as it's any personal information, the G will not message you, the bank will not message you, or any of these money-making companies will not message you. So if you get any messages, any phone calls, any emails asking you about a password or an account number,
Mhm.
it's a scam.
I kept getting emails from PayPal saying that I had to verify with them, otherwise close my account. So I just stopped using the PayPal account.
That is the safest thing that you can do, right? If you're not using it, let them close it,
Yeah.
right? Let them close it. But as long as it has anything to do with a password, a username, or sending them something back, be very careful. Those could be a scam. Those could be scam emails, right? And they just need you to click on one thing or to reply to the email. And that's
And everything got you.
I know, as one of my church sister, I don't know if it was an email she got, but she clicked on something, and then the day after her pay was deposited, it was cleared out by some unknown person.
Oh, wow. Yes, it's as real as that. It is as real as that.
The bank refunded her pay. The bank was
Okay,
for it.
okay. At least she got it back.
Yes.
So that's very good. But yes, ladies, that's how we become vulnerable when we are online. So we just need to be safe and try to keep very observant of what's going on. Any other thing, any other comment you want to bring about before we end off today's session? You ladies know that. I'm not sure if you were informed, but there will be other sessions.
Okay.
Want to be a part of it. As I mentioned, there are so many more things that we can look at. It's not just this, but because of the time, we just did this week, right? And if it's something, again, it was something that we were trying out. If as the participants, you're okay doing more than 1 hour at a time, then we can increase the time.
Yes, I would like to do more than 1 hour. I can't do more than 1 hour, but the afternoon session would be better, because in the morning you're usually trying to cook, do your lunch, do your little errands in the cool of the day.
Okay. That's something that we can consider. Any other
That
suggestions, ladies, that we can make better for the next time?
That will be wonderful in the afternoon for sure.
You prefer
Yeah.
afternoon sessions, Miss
To
Patsy?
do a task
Yeah,
right also.
Fine.
Lillian, I would prefer the afternoon sessions also.
Okay. So that you have, I know most of the time it's during the morning when you're preparing everything, and then after lunch you have your little free time and your break to do other personal stuff.
What time in the afternoon, ladies? Or is this on everybody? Because Miss Berta and Miss Patsy, is afternoon good for you too, Miss Elda?
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
It is the afternoon too.
What time in the afternoon would work?
I don't know, like maybe 3 o'clock.
Not too late for you? How about 2?
About 2 o'clock, the be better.
Yeah,
Okay.
2. So
I would say from 2 to.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Is there anything else, anything you would want us to add or to do more of for future sessions? Because like Ms. Dulcie mentioned, there will be other topics that we're going to be covering for future sessions. Same way we do it by the week. And it would cover, like, for example, online banking.